Howdy ho, Facebook. First, I just took the first sip out of the can. Hold on a second. Product placement was Blueberry Red Bull, which is surprisingly delicious with Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. What is up, peoples? So, I want to wake up here, take a shower after a bit, and then after my shower, I need to collect a couple more sticks for my next batch. So I'll be out and about. Not a whole lot, Nick. Just chilling. I'll give a shout out to Alec Goodhope and her husband. A couple who watch my videos. Yeah. Cobra, I sent you another package. Should be there Friday. Hell yeah, thanks, Andrew. Much obliged. Oh, here's that pipe that Andrew sent me. I customized the fuck out of it. I took, like, you all saw me do this on my Facebook Live video, but after I spray painted it, I baked it in the oven for a little bit and then took it out, put it in the freezer, sanded off the excess finish, and then left the stuff that stuck to the wood. I left that on there, and it created a camo pipe. Very cool, very cool. I'll tell you what, man, I want to start having more confidence in myself, yo, because I have a nice cock. Not trying to brag, but goddamn, pretty much every chick that has seen my cock has said the same thing. He has a, you know what I'm saying? It's like if God does exist and he's like, well, he has Asperger's, he has cataracts, but you know what? We'll help chicks overlook that shit. We'll give them big muscles, we'll make them handsome, and we'll give them a big dick. And then, yeah, we'll see where he goes with that. Like, if God does exist, he's got a sick sense of humor. Like, when creating me, he's like, well, we'll make him socially awkward, but we'll give him a big dick. So, yeah, this will be funny. Watch this. But I don't believe in some bullshit sky god. I believe in myself. I believe in the inner god / goddess. If you're a female, you have an inner goddess. If you're a male, you have an inner god. You know what I'm saying? That's how I believe. Instead of believing in some unseen sky god up in the sky somewhere, I worship myself as a god. I look to myself for strength. Whenever I feel like I can't do this, I find that strength from within to carry on. Instead of going, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know. So to be a total religious smartass, every time people start coming up to me and saying, Have you heard the word of God today? Have I heard the word of myself? Yes, I have. Now, I got a couple cigarette butts in my ashtray, and I can fill up my pipe full of tobacco. Look at that. If you have a pipe, you have tobacco. This pipe's just a wee bit clogged. Hold on. I might switch out to my church warden. Give me a second. So now, even if I haven't been laid in 9 months, let me tell you something. I don't care anymore. Quite frankly, I don't care anymore. And the reason why I don't care anymore is because all my fangirls are awesome. I don't care. If I haven't had pussy in 9 months, the fact that I got chicks who watch my videos religiously, I'm just saying, that in itself is a confidence booster, people. Like, most guys will try so hard. Most guys try so hard to get a bunch of chicks to notice them. Guys will try so hard to get a bunch of chicks to notice them. So they're seeing me and they're like, dude, how does he get all these chicks to watch his videos? By simply being myself. By simply being real and being myself. Not being afraid to be my autistic, pipe-smoking self. That's the kind of thing that chicks can respect, because they're like, oh, for once, here's a guy who's not trying to be fake. And I tend to think, if I'm not afraid to be myself on YouTube, why would I be afraid to be myself around women? But it's like Johnny Cash said, love gets you killed, trust gets you hurt, and being real gets you hated. And ain't that the fucking truth, dude? Ain't that the fucking truth? Love gets you killed, trust gets you hurt, and being real gets you hated. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to not trust people. If I can set this to the side. No, I know for a fact that this is the fucking God's honest truth, man. And I find this quite annoying. This is very typical small town women attitude, but I've noticed that there are some women who call me a sleaze here in town when I check them out. It's like, okay, I'm a sleaze, but you're the one wearing clothing in the summertime that shows off your attractive body. I guarantee you, okay, I'm a sleaze for looking, but does that make you a cunt for wearing that clothing? No, it doesn't. Just like it doesn't make me a sleaze. Like, deep down inside, you're like, I know exactly why a lot of women are dressing like that. It's summertime. They want to be comfortable. It makes them feel sexy. If putting on the silky tight pants didn't make you feel sexy, then you wouldn't fucking do it. And you're sitting there calling me a fucking sleaze, but behind closed doors, I guarantee you, you're telling your husband or whoever, I had someone checking me out earlier. It made me feel confident in myself. Oh. I mean, you'll act like you're offended when I check you out, but then turn around behind closed doors, I bet you're like, hey, you're not going to believe. I had this one chick accuse me of sexual harassment the other day when I was checking her out. And I went off on the bitch. I'm like, how is that sexual harassment? For one, I'm autistic. Two, I haven't had sex in X amount of months. And three, I'm a YouTube celebrity. Like, you want to see sexual harassment? How about I come over there and grab your fucking tits? How about I come over there and tell you to fuck my brains out? How about that? Oh, I didn't? All I did was look at you? I'm sorry for acknowledging my healthy heterosexual appetite. Where do I get off oppressing you with my male eyes? She shut right the fuck up after that. She was like, oh. She instantly felt bad about saying the things she said. Because she's like, oh, that dude's autistic. Fuck. Like, I'm sorry, but that kind of bitter sarcasm I have, that comes from living life. That kind of bitter, sarcastic, dry, to the point sarcasm that I have, that comes from living life and experiencing and dealing with people's bullshit. There we go. There we go. So to start my day, and this is a great way to clean my ashtrays too, is sit here and I'll squeeze all my cigarette butts into my pipe. That way I can make sure they're empty and they're out before I throw them away. I'm not starting fires or wasting tobacco. That's killing two birds with one stone, I reckon. Got the window cracked wide open. Got a Red Bull, a blueberry Red Bull. I bought like 4 of these bastards yesterday with my Ace Hardware gift card. And, well, I decided to save this particular one for the next day so I can have a little caffeine to wake me up. Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is that even when I got a chick below my standards checking me out, yeah, it kind of grosses me out, but at least I'm not a pig about it. At least I'm not like, oh my God, she's sexually harassing me. Because when you're a guy and you have some chick you're not into checking you out, as a guy, you cannot sit there and say anything because you're 10 degrees fucked. The way society has conditioned men to be. Like, all men want is sex, right? It's that negative conditioning that all men want is sex. All we want is sex, and we're just pigs, and we only want one thing. That kind of conditioning negatively affects men everywhere. Even if you, even if you're a nice guy, you know, even if you're a nice guy, it still affects you. I'll admit I like getting pussy, but I don't want it all the fucking time. It's nice to be able to just cuddle and talk, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I remember a couple of Facebook Live videos back. I kept on telling myself, I'm close to getting a goth girlfriend. I can sense it. And then sure enough, my friends go to Colorado for a little vacation, and then the other day, when they come back, my friend's like, dude, you are not going to believe what happened. And I'm like, what, bro? He's like, dude, you should have been to Colorado with us, bro. I met one of your fangirls. And she's totally your type of woman. I'm like, what? She's like, he's like, no bullshit, dude. She had gorgeous pale skin, black hair, and green eyes, and she was super into Cobras, and she loved your videos. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Now, for the record, pussy is pussy. Like, I've seen hot ass chicks in every race. I'm not that picky. Well, when it comes to having a type, I guess, yeah, man, goth chicks are where it's at, yo. Like, I don't give a shit. You're blonde, brunette, black, Asian, Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? You're a female. You're old enough. You're hot and you're clean. Hey, let's see where it goes, man. Like, those are my 4 requirements. You gotta be female, you gotta be old enough, you gotta be clean, and you gotta be attractive. But it doesn't sound too unreasonable. I mean, shit, I'm a goddamn YouTube celebrity. People sit there and say, oh, you're not allowed to have standards. Yeah, well, fuck you. Everyone's got standards. So if you're saying I'm not allowed to have standards, then neither are you. Well, I'm more successful in this area and that area, so you don't know. Yeah, exactly. You don't know. So, And how fucking snarky of our, just how fucking snarky of our society to sit here and tell people like me, well, you have Asperger's, Mr. Saunders, so you're not allowed to have standards. Who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know, if some female celebrity was checking me out and she hadn't been laid in 9 months, I'd be looking at her like, hey, you like what you see? Shit. Want to taste? You old enough? I fucking hate double standards in our society. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate sexist double standards. I really do. Like the fact that men can walk around with their shirt off, but women can't. The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fact that women get paid less money than men when it comes to working. The fuck is that? Y'all got the same experience. Y'all working for the same company. It'd be one thing if one person had more experience working for that company than the other person. That's just life. But if y'all had the same work experience and you had the same job and you're working for the same company, there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting paid the same fucking wages. Call me a sleaze, but I support women's rights. So how am I a sleaze? Well, I'm a sleaze for having sexual desires? Huh. Oh, then does that make you a slut for having sexual desires too? Because I guarantee you, women are just as perverted as men, whether they like to admit it or not. Women love sex just as much as men do, whether they like to admit it or not. And then they act all prude and shrewd because men are more open about it, usually. Usually men are more open about it than women, and that's why we have these double standards. But going back to what I said earlier, society sits there and says all men want is sex. So people kind of expect men to be more open about their sexuality. It is what it is. But if women try to open up about their sexuality, they get told that's not very ladylike. Fuck off, dude. Fuck right off. Oh, but I'm a sleaze for checking you out. Wow. However, there are certain settings in which you cannot check out women. And the only time it is not acceptable to check out women at your job. If you are working a professional job, you have to keep your eyes, and I don't care how attractive your female coworkers are, dude. You are there to wash dishes or whatever it is you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it doesn't matter, dude. Like, if you are a male in these modern times, you have to be extra careful, bud, because these days they'll turn anything into sexual harassment. And I mean anything. Any way they can oppress the male for having a penis between his legs. Any way they can find a way to oppress males for having balls and a penis between their legs. By golly, they will find a way. You think I'm joking? Check this out. In France right now, they're, of all places, the city of love, okay? They're trying to make catcalling a form of sexual harassment. No bullshit. They're trying to turn catcalling into a form of sexual harassment. It's being classified as street sexual harassment. Like, who the fuck makes these terms up? Who the fuck sits there and says, let's make the most obnoxious and stupidest term possible for the most benign of things. Let's turn something perfectly innocent and make it into something nasty. Like, okay, here's the thing. Yeah, you know what? Dudes will get hit on by chicks they don't want all the time. And it's the same thing for women. Women will get hit on by dudes they don't want all the fucking time. It happens to both sexes. But when you're sitting there saying, oh, we're going to make catcalling a form of sexual harassment, and we're going to fucking make it illegal, that's going too far, dude. That is going too far. Sitting there saying, we're going to make catcalling illegal because it's a form of sexual harassment, that's going too far. I'm sorry, but that's just going too far, dude. Like, okay, so the worst you did was go, hey, baby, what's cooking, good looking? That's the worst you did? Oh, wow. He gave you a compliment. But for some odd reason, and I get this 100%, right? Whenever men have standards, there are some women who call us pigs for having standards. Like, oh, how dare you? Every woman's body is beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. We get that argument, right, guys? We hear it all. We hear it all the fucking time. But then as soon as a woman has standards, some creepy-ass fat dude covered in Cheeto stains, fucking no hair on his head, beady little eyes, fucking sweating coming out of his pores, licking his fingers, looking at her like, looking at that chick like, yeah. There's some greasy ass older fat dude looking at that same chick like she's a goddamn Twinkie. What do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna be like, ew, ew, why is he looking at me? So how is it that men are pigs for having standards, But then when women have standards, it's just, oh, well, a lady's got to have her priorities. Fuck off. Fuck off with that hypocrisy, dude. Fuck off with that hypocrisy. Fuck off with it so hard that you come all over a goddamn hooker. That's how hard. Seriously, Facebook, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I guarantee you, if some of these standards that men have to deal with existed for women, I guarantee you women everywhere would fight to have it changed. If some of these standards that men have to deal with existed for women, I guarantee you, if women were being sexually oppressed for liking men because of the vagina between their legs, I guarantee you they would fight until they got what they wanted. But men, we can't do shit, can we? Case in point, if you look at insurance rates for drivers, insurance companies are incredibly sexist towards men. Rather than base off individual drivers, that takes too long. So a lot of insurance companies will make driving insurance rates much higher for males than they are for females. And the reason why insurance companies will make car insurance rates much higher for men than females is because statistics show that, well, men are more unsafe drivers than women, so, you know, they gotta show off their car and their testosterone. Fuck off, dude. Fuck right off with that shit. You see some women putting on makeup while they're driving. You see some women texting while they're driving. You see dudes texting while they're driving. People can be unsafe drivers. It doesn't matter what sex you are, period. Well, it shouldn't matter, but, you know. I guarantee you if insurance rates on cars was higher for women, they would fight to have that shit changed until it was equal. They would. You know, I may not be a chick, but I kind of know how they work, if that makes any sense. Like, women don't take shit from nobody, man. Like, if there's something wrong or unfair, they'll fight until it's equal. Most guys, they try to fight for fair treatment, but they don't get very far. Just because, historically speaking, women have been treated like crap for the last 200 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Women weren't always allowed to vote, and that's kind of fucked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, women have more rights than they did back in the day, which is good. But here's the thing, ladies. If you hate living in the United States, go live in the Middle East. For real. Like, if you hate living in the United States, as a woman, if you hate living in the United States, go live in a third world country. Go live in a third world country. Go live in the Middle East where women are treated like dog shit. It's 108 degrees and you're forced to wear a full body burqa or whatever the fuck those things are called. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to complain about living in the United States? Okay, go live in the Middle East. Go live in the fucking Middle East where women are treated like dog shit, where you're killed for masturbating or having sex before marriage. Go live in a third world country where women are treated like shit. And then talk to me about fucking problems, dude. Why do you think I don't let my bullying get to me, dude? Straight up. The reason why I don't let the bullying on YouTube affect me is because, one, I'm not the only person that gets bullied on social media. Unfortunately, I'm not the only person that gets bullied and harassed on social media. And two, it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? It could be fucking worse. You know what I'm saying? Going back to what I said, I could be living in a third world country. I could be living in the Middle East right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, thankfully. But how ass backwards is that? Like, okay, people, if you're not going to allow them to have sex before they're married, at least let them masturbate, for fuck's sake. These people have sexual urges. It's a natural human instinct. And forcing people to repress their urges is fucked. You know? And everywhere in society, there are just some people who are never going to get married. They have the worst luck with women. So what do those people do in those third world countries that, oh, they can't get married, so they're pretty much just fucked? You know what I'm saying? It's sad. Like, I don't know, if I was in charge of some of those countries, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Some things are gonna fucking change around here. Like, I don't get it, dude. I really don't fucking get it. And you know, no wonder why they hate America so much, dude. Like, I actually feel sorry for them. I wish I could change it. I really do. I wish I could convince the leaders over in the Middle East to be a bit more open. You know what I'm saying? To be a bit more open and be like, hey, you know what? We're not going to let these, like, people in India especially, you know what I'm saying, areas of the world where you can go to jail and get executed for playing with yourself. That's bullshit, dude. You're sitting there telling them, okay, well, you can't have sex till you're married, blah, 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 blah. You want to know why rape is such a problem in the Middle East and over in India? Because of the culture it breeds. Because of the culture surrounding those areas where women are treated like dog shit over there. So that breeds an infestation for that kind of culture. And it's disgusting. It is fucking absolutely appalling, to say the least. Christians and Catholics alike will say, if you masturbate, you're playing with the devil's flute, or you're playing with the devil's bean. You'll go to hell for your sins. Jesus is the answer. Okay, but Jesus fucked a female hooker. It was consensual. It was before marriage. So if Jesus is the answer, and that if Jesus is God, so to speak, and then I tend to think the Catholics need to rethink their shit. If Jesus fucked a hooker, she was old enough and it was consensual, maybe these Catholics need to rethink their shit. Because how much do you want to bet? The Pope comes out and says, I had a talk with God. The Pope comes out and says, I had a talk with God. And he said to me, he says, let the clergymen have a sex, but the person must be 18 years of age or older. It must be consensual, and they must be safe with it. And if they have a problem with it, to talk to him on Sunday. Guarantee you, he does that. That'll stop all the molestation in the Catholic Church. Because that's pretty disgusting when you got choir boys getting raped in the Catholic Church. Like, what good is your almighty sky god if he can't protect his own children in his own house of worship? Oh, then you hear, God loves all his children. Right. Tell that to the children who are starving in Africa. Tell that to the children who are dying in third world countries. Tell that to the children who are dying in mass shootings. Tell that to the children who are getting molested in Catholic churches. I don't know. That is a good question, Kevin Williams. Jesus had sex with a prostitute when? LOL. Google it if you don't believe me. Christians want to call cannabis the devil's lettuce. Exhibit 3234. Next time Christians call marijuana the devil's lettuce, I'm like, Exhibit 3234, the holy anointment oil. And God told Abraham, take some cannabis leaves, some virgin olive oil, some frankincense, some myrrh, some cinnamon, and make an oil out of it to cleanse yourself with it, to make you one with God or some shit. Which to me sounds like herbalism. It's herbalism at its finest. They're sitting there making potions to make themselves high, so they can be one with God, so to speak. And then you turn around and say, whoa, you practice magic? You make potions? As a Christian, that will offend me, blah, blah, blah. Like if Christians sit there and say they get offended by somebody making potions, practicing magic, or smoking weed, it's like, maybe you should examine your own shit for a second. You believe in Jesus Christ, who rose from the dead to save you from your sins. That's necromancy, bud. You drank his blood, which turned to wine. That's vampirism. You ate his flesh. Which turned to bread. That is cannibalism. Exhibit 3234, the holy anointment oil, which is a potion. But you want to sit there and give me shit for practicing magic. That's fucking funny. And then Christians will sit there and say, oh, Harry Potter, that shit's evil. How is Harry Potter evil? Harry Potter teaches people that love is the most powerful magic on the planet. How the fuck is that evil? How the fuck is that evil? Like these Christians who just go off their dogmatic view of witchcraft in general, they're like, oh, Harry Potter, that shit's evil. Have you ever read the books? Well, no, I just know it's evil because it's got magic in it. Dude, you're stupid. You are fucking stupid. You are so stupid it makes my fucking head hurt. Like, Harry Potter teaches people that love is the most powerful magic out there. Yeah, I would kind of disagree with people on that because I think the most powerful magic out there is the magic of one's will. The magic of one's determination, the magic of one's inner strength. That's true magic. The magic to be able to carry on in your darkest hour, even when things look bleak and you feel like it's never going to get better. That strength that comes from within, that's true magic right there. Being able to say, fuck all my shitty circumstances. I'm going to do me. And when I do me, I'm going to make my life better for me. That's real magic. I'll admit that love can make people do some crazy things, yes. But is love the most powerful magic ever? No. I think love / hates, they coexist with each other. You can't have one without the other. You really can't. It's a yin-yang effect. And the reason why I say you cannot have love without hate is because they coexist like hot water and cold water, like milk and cereal, you know? Like you could love a girl and hate the fact that she's not with you. See what I'm saying? You could love a girl and hate the fact that she's not with you. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Facebook, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Lust and love are the same thing, man. They pretty much are. And people might say that they're different, but they're pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, this video is like 41 minutes long. Good gracious. But yeah, here in a bit, I'm gonna take a shower and then I'm gonna go look for some more sticks so I can get started on my next batch of wands. I'm gonna try to put 16 wands in this next batch. I'll give people a chance to purchase a Cobra Craft wand. I mean, it allows me to make some more money, and it also allows more people a chance to buy. These wands that I make, these wands can produce real magic. So I should be charging more for them, but I'm not. Real magic wands at a convenient price for the average everyday practitioner. Handmade sexiness for your consumption, you know? A lot of people on Etsy use a lathe, or they'll use like chopsticks and hot glue to make these wands. There's a handful of people that carve wands by hands, but you know, not too many people carve wands by hand on Etsy. There's a handful of them that do that kind of thing, but hell yeah, Nick. Chris Hubble, you get it. You understand the whole point of this video, 100%. Chris Hubble says, society plus double standards equals bullshit. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly my point. That is a math equation. Society plus double standards equals bullshit. For real, dude, like 110%, man. Ooh-wee. You know, sometimes in life will throw you a curveball. Life will throw you a curveball. And sometimes in life, you're just going to roll with the punches, dude. Like sometimes in life, you're given a shitty circumstance. So you got to make the best of it. Case in point, when I was dating Summer, I was very happy. I found a girl that I could connect with, you know? And unfortunately, it didn't last very long. About a month into the relationship, she was like, nope, I can't take dating a YouTube celebrity. And to me, I was like, okay, if I didn't let what people are saying about our relationship affect us, and, you know, like I got a lot of shit for dating Summer, both online and offline. People online took a video of me and Summer and photoshopped Justin Bieber's face on top of hers just to make fun of her short hair. People were calling her a chemo patient, this and that, calling her a shitty tattoo artist. And I'm like, dude, she's only tattooed 4 people besides herself. You can't expect somebody to be good at tattooing their first 4 times doing it. And yeah, these trolls are like, oh, he has a good thing going for him. Let's fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? What does that show you? That these people are so miserable that anytime they see me happy, it makes them more jealous of me. So, yeah. At least Summer agreed to still be friends. After she broke up with me, she was raped by some other dude, and she caught something that she had to get antibiotics for. And I'm like, ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Well, going back to what I said, when I say you gotta roll with the punches, man, dating Summer did give me some confidence. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because prior to meeting Summer, it had been a whole year since I hadn't had any pussy. And I was like, dude, fuck this shit. And I said out loud, I was like, dude, I want to meet a chick that I connect with. I'm tired of this bullshit. And then about a week later, I met Summer. Go figure, huh? Even though I'm Summer's 4th person, I'm the 4th person she tattooed. She didn't use the right tips, but they still stuck on. You can still see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to be an awesome boyfriend and support her. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and that's just the thing of it, you know, is if that person breaks up with you or that person is no longer dating you, then it wasn't meant to happen. That's the best way to look at it. Like, I thought for a second I might have found an awesome chick to be with. And Summer was awesome to be with, dude. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Yeah. 1:23. All right, all right. What am I munching on tonight? Eggs. I'll be eating some eggs later. That'll be my meal for the day. Yeah. I got eggs and I got cereal to munch on, so at least I have food. Yeah. I like to make my eggs poached, where you cook it sunny side up and then you flip it and cook it on the other side. Those are hard to make, but I've mastered it. I've never been one to complain about much. You know what I'm saying? But when I see society being incredibly bullshit, then yeah, I'm going to say something. But yeah, I want to finish waking up here and do my thing. So I'll catch you cool cobras later.